Okay, so is the idea that I'm just gonna like click them like this, or should I put it in my lap?
Yeah, put it in your lap.
It is a laptop.
You don't have a laptop, right?
No.
So you genuinely are like, what do I do? Put it on my lap?
I've never been
just
a big
computer
laptop
normal.
guy.
I just click around. I do not understand this. You've explained this to me before. I'm just checking that we're recording for this. Okay.
What have I explained to you before?
You've explained that so you are a man who spends all of his time on the computer and works professionally on the computer, and have been like, I don't like bringing him around.
Let me put this ad for tea out of
Stationary. I like feeling like I'm at a battleship
I
every
do
time.
genuinely like that. That's what I want with the computer.
He doesn't want to take his work home with him.
I find it hard to work on a laptop. Yeah.
In what way?
I don't know.
You can't write your screenplay at the Starbucks.
It's true. I would never. I like sitting at a desk.
It's a thrill. Can I just say that? Can I just say getting your pages done
at a Starbucks?
right where everyone can see, it's a real treat.
You're an exhibitionist.
That's right.
I don't drink coffee either, so I'm a terrible write at a coffee shop.
Do you smoke?
No.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I'm just unhealthy
Doesn't
on
have
my
a
own.
laptop. Doesn't smoke. Has never done crack. Not even one
No
time.
coffee.
Still out of shape. Not even doing anything with it.
Yeah, however, of course you're out of shape. You don't have any drive. You're taking all these stimulants out of your life.
You got to become a Chuck Palahniuk type of guy.
Yeah.
Just get ripped.
Yeah.
Gay.
Get ripped and gay.
I think I could be good at that.
Fight your way to the top of the gay community. Like it's an escape from prison arc.
Like Palahniuk did.
Yeah, like I'm assuming the famous novel Chuck Palahniuk once did. And also you would be strong from carrying a laptop around. And with no further ado.
Look at all this couch dancing.
It's Quarators. I was looking at you so we'd say it at the same time.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's Quarators.
Yeah,
That's right.
Wow.
Another week. Another show. We have a hell of a program for you today, dear listener. And if you enjoyed that hit theme song at home, you will love this very special guest we have on the show today. Designer of that very song.
Your big credit.
Writer, performer, producer extraordinaire. We have Bryn Nieboer from the hit band Stay Inside. Hello.
Yes. How are you doing today?
I'm on top of the world. We've moved to the living room. You see that?
I think it's good.
It's
I
beautiful.
think it's good for us.
Look at this setup.
Yeah.
So
I'm like-
luxurious.
I'm like 40% sure that camera's not diagonal. I'll figure it out.
We can
I'll figure
rotate
it out
We
later.
can
It
rotate
looks good.
in
My
After
hand is in the
Effects.
shot. Does that matter?
No.
No. They like that.
I'm a big believer in the idea that once you have it on video, nothing else matters.
It really-
you're like 90% of the way there, and then if you get like a movie quality camera, you're just at like 95.
I really haven't done a lot of like video posting until we've started this show, and I am now of the firm belief that the actual video does not matter and the title of the video matters. Because we had that one clip online that was like, Alex doesn't respect sober people.
Yeah.
And then it got thousands of hits of people trying to kill me. It's not even really in the clip.
People are so upset about it. It has 500,000 TikTok views.
500,000 people.
And every comment is like, these people are losers.
My father lost his life. He lost his life because of that drug.
If you're straight edge, fuck you.
Yeah. There, let's say it.
And then I'm just like commenting under those like, check out the show. There's a lot more where that came from. You're going to love it.
Watch it.
Watch it, pal.
Not to be like a podcast who comments on negative comments or
That
whatever.
is not what we do
But
here.
there was one very funny comment where someone was like, fuck these guys, I'm never going to read Quora. Like, we don't own Quora.
It does imply that we are somehow the CEO and CFO of Quora.
Well,
And
of
which
course,
one's which?
That's ludicrous, but you are definitely paid advertising.
That's
Oh, yeah,
correct.
big time. Yeah, they're giving us
We're
all
waiting
the
on
money.
that payment, by the way.
I would love that. I would take that payment. Oh, yeah.
New soundboard
sounds.
today. We got a whole new crop of these. Big episode happening right now. This is One for the history books.
We're on the couch.
And we're on the couch and the cat's here again. Now, the cat may be a decisive problem with recording on the couch, as it gives him 360 degrees of terror that he can impose his will upon the show. And
So Michael Eisner used to say about alien abduction at Disney World.
360 degrees of terror. Oh, the ride, Alien Abduction.
Yeah.
Incredible. I know what you're talking about right now. That was a scary ride. It seemed like the alien was like jostling you for snacks. The ride pushed
Yeah,
down
it
on
would,
your
like-
shoulders.
Yeah, and
Where
then they
is
would like spray water in your face when it was like sneezing on you and shit.
Yeah,
it was a
it's just like,
4D ride.
It's 360
Wait, is
degrees
this
of
it, like-
terror, pretty much.
Is this Universal or something? Where is
Disney
it?
World.
Disney World.
It's Disney World. That was my favorite place.
I've never actually
Disney
been
World.
to Disney World.
No.
Oh, it's 360 degrees of terror.
Well, the alien has left, so
Yeah, they replaced it with the Lilo and Stitch ride, which is, well, it's Stitch imposing 360 degrees of
that's
terror.
scary, I would imagine.
Well, that was what they were going for. Is they were like, so I noticed we have this whole theme park of Mickey Mouse themed stuff, and then what appears to be 360 degrees of terror in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Children hate.
But it's got Kevin McDonald being the scientist, right?
Yeah.
They're like, hi, everybody, Stitch is loose.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It has been some time since I've had an interaction with this ride, but
I've never been to Disney World, so I
you
know
know so much about
Yeah.
this thing.
just full of
You
information.
goddamn cop. Tricking me into my Disney knowledge on the internet for discrediting purposes.
That's true. I just want everyone to know that Alex is a Disney adult.
Yeah.
He's a
Yes.
Disney
He
adult.
loves it.
Not only is he a weeb, he loves 101 Dalmatians.
He's soy facing with Mulan, as you can see below.
He supports the Marvel Cinematic Universe
He thinks Iron Man is based.
and should run the world.
That's right, and I've always said that. Well, Bryn, you you have stake in the game for this podcast. You made the theme song, and you are familiar with the premise of the show, which is, of course, that we go on Quora.com and we read all the Quoras.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do know all that.
So of course you must be familiar with our first and only segment so far, which is that we read the responses to the Quora we posted last week. Ooh, ad for Fire Emblem Engage. That's very distracting for me.
Oh, I got to move these little anime people around on a board. That's
Ooh-wee.
I
Bright red and
bought
blue
it.
colors. Bright red and blue colors.
monkey
It's a,
sees action.
I had to play it on like such low volume because I'm so like nervous that my neighbors
It makes
will
you
hear,
scream.
Like,
Whoa! Ooh, the divine dragon!
I hate it.
My horse archer. Well, anyway, this aside from that, we write the questions.
Elden
then
Ring
we have
is
to
kind
read
of
them.
like that too. Like the both of the dying sounds sound like some sort of anime person coming.
Yeah.
I do like, that's my favorite thing when you start a video game and they're like, pick which voice you like, and you could just hear a stranger go like, "Heh, oh, ha, ha, ha." Has anybody ever been able to like decide what they like from that?
Whoa, calm down.
Show me your move.
So
yeah.
I was excited when you told me about the show, when you asked me to write the song, because I was like, finally, I'll know what Quora is. And you haven't done a very good job of telling me
No,
after
I-
a couple episodes.
I feel like we've really done a great job. That's I guess where our views differ on this. Yes, differ, that's the word. Because the thing is, Quora is just, it's like Facebook, but they got questions on there. I don't understand what the confusion is. A lot of people have been saying this. And
well, I don't understand how it works. Like, how is it organized? Like, if I want to look for an amount of questions,
I can't
in the
tell you that because I don't know. The more I learn about the website, the less sure I am. Like I'm descending into the annihilation tunnel.
I've
It's
only
very
ever seen the
Reddit-y.
one page where there is a question, but there's no list of posts.
No, yeah. It's basically like Reddit. You go to
by
Quora.com
communities.
and then you can just see a bunch of questions. Like I'm on their homepage right now and the top one
And
is
sometimes they're not questions.
sure. Sometimes it's just like what's a
Statements.
meme?
Yeah.
This one is can memes represent every state? I'm like, yeah, I guess.
guess.
I don't know what that means.
Why are we talking about this?
If you go to Quora.com right now, the first post you see is from October 30th, and it says, "What is it like being hospitalized for a severe mental illness?"
Probably bad.
Not fun. Yeah.
Negative experience.
Yeah. You don't also see a lot of quippy answers on here either. There's a lot of long essays.
And then here's an ad from a shoe company. It says, "Why are these sneakers regarded by millions as the comfiest shoe?"
No, that's not a question.
Why are these sneakers regarded by millions to be the comfiest shoe? Oh, and here's a
Why don't
polar
we
bear
find-
covered in gore.
Yeah.
Why don't we find out?
You know, the thing is, though, is I'm not going to be able to find this picture again of the polar bear.
Covered in gore.
I'm just thinking of editing this already and being like, yeah, I'd like to find that polar bear. Not
No,
gonna
we
find
don't need it.
That's not
It's
going to
too
go in
gory
there.
anyway.
Well, we have some answers on some previous questions that we've written
Sure.
the last 2 weeks.
Just the
oh
one,
yeah.
right?
Just the one?
Do we?
Did we get any from the week
Oh,
before?
let
Because
me look.
we did like 2 in a row.
Oh, you're right.
Yep,
Well,
yep.
we got answers to this one last time.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, yeah, you're
let's
right.
do this one. This is from when we had James Dawson Johnson, and this was his actual question that he just wants to know about his life. And it was, if I don't go to church anymore, should I raise my child with Bible stories?
Now, before we read these answers,
Yes.
No, he asked this.
you have to get these to James Austin Johnson. If you are a PA at Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
you have full executive authority. Cross whatever boundaries you need to cross. Tell him how to raise his son.
You don't have his number, so you can't give it to him.
I mean, I do have his number.
You do. But it's funnier to imagine someone
I'm
like
busy.
barging into his office while he's like working with like a real celebrity and being like, "James, the Quora has some answers for you."
I was just imagining him like with a green visor on and smoking and like writing. It's like, "Sir,
Yeah.
a telegram from Quarators."
A telegram. It says you should. It depends on whether you want to. That's like most of the answers. I don't know.
He's in the state you depict Saturday Night Live writers, where it's just him in a smoky room with Keanu Reeves, being like, "Keanu,
Yeah.
what president do you want to be? Which one do you want to blow the fuck up tonight?" Okay, well, yeah. How should he raise his child?
Okay, we have 8 answers.
Because I've been wondering which Bible stories my children are going to hear.
Now I want to
If
say
they're
real
just
quick.
the battles,
You have
the tournament arcs.
Wait, what battles?
Well, there's David and Goliath.
That's a battle.
battle?
Classic
Yeah.
battle.
There's King David. He's doing a lot of battling. Jesus does many battles with Satan, where Satan tempts him, which is a battle of
The Garden of Gethsemane.
Wits.
yeah. It's like an Evangelion metaphorical battle kind of thing.
Sure,
where,
yeah,
his
yeah.
brain traverses the physical realm in that
Jesus.
way, and he's like, I won't have a kingdom.
Yeah, the classic.
My kingdom is my father's.
The classic scene in the Bible where Jesus is sitting on a folding chair in a spotlight, holding his head.
Being tempted.
God's glasses flash with white.
Jesus, get on the cross.
Get on the cross, Jesus. Or Mary will do it again.
When I first watched that show, I felt like I was putting on those like colorblind glasses. You see those videos? That's why I felt like looking at memes and being like, I could see all the memes now.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is
Doesn't make
more
any
than
sense.
any other
the
television
glasses
program.
that make you see color
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah,
colorblind.
yeah.
The They Live glasses. The metaphors are stacking. They're up to the roof.
Okay.
But I do think like that show, Neon Genesis Evangelion, more than any other show ever created, was made to be discussed via meme.
Oh yeah,
I think.
absolutely. Yeah.
It's very much stares at the camera kind of program. Anyway, religion.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, sorry. That's a bad segue.
We're getting
from
like very
Evangelion.
theology themed, by the way. We have to back off after
We
this
do.
week.
We do. I was going to
After
say
this week.
good job for
Spoilers.
everybody. We told everyone if they want to listen to the podcast and answer, they have to put the word scrambled eggs. So we got a lot of scrambled eggs answers on this.
Yeah, first of all, we want to say good job.
I don't know if we're going to read them necessarily, but let's go through. Yeah, there you go. Hey, good job to all of our scrambled eggs listeners. I appreciate it. I read all your comments and they're all very funny.
Very funny.
You're so funny.
We're laughing about it just off camera.
I think they're fun, but let's read the real ones because that's what we're here for. We're not
That's
here
what
to,
we're here for.
We're not here to read joke answers. We're here to read from Pat Falconer. He says, "Personally, I say go ahead, but do not push any faith upon the child. Let them choose. I drive mine to and from church youth group."
I
Let
think if they're
them
making,
choose.
I think if you're making them go to a church, you're
You're
kind of pushing.
yeah, religion is not like the like series of objects you present your baby with at the beginning of Lone Wolf and Cub Take up the blade if you choose Judaism. Choose the ball if Islam is for you. And then I guess I'll just do my own thing over here in the marketplace of faith.
That is funny to
We're all
imagine your
consumers.
kid has a different religion than you.
But like from birth, like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
one that, like just. I mean, that's a saint at that point. If they
Yeah.
come out and are like,
I'm a Sikh.
I'm a Sikh.
I have
Yeah.
a knife on me.
I've ridden the golden worm, so I'm a Sikh.
My name is a killing name.
I guess it's just true for everyone who has like Wiccan kids.
Yeah,
like, kids
that's
who get really into
true.
like witchcraft or whatever.
Yeah, in Boston they have
Sure.
a lot of wicked kids.
Fuck off.
Wicked kids. Well, that's enough of
it
that.
took me a second.
Do we want to read any more of these? Or?
Sure. Olivia Williams says, "Do you think they are important? Really, you should be the one to decide." Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
I love how all the answers
We
are
asked
just like,
you.
What do you think? Look, I don't know. Depends on what you want to do.
We asked you what I'm raising this baby as.
Yeah, it sounds like most people just think of this question as morally neutral,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, even though it's a major part of their lives.
It's real like, where do you want to go to lunch? I don't know. Where do you
I don't
want to
know.
go
Where
to
do you wanna
lunch?
go to
What do you want for lunch?
I'm hungry, but you should decide.
Where do I want to go for lunch?
That's a good question.
Maybe that's our question today. And I guarantee we'll remember it 50 minutes from now. That's a promise.
I'm going to be hungry then, so definitely I'll remember.
Oh, yeah. A lot of hot spots around here, too. A lot of hot spots.
It's 100% true.
You're in Hoagie Haven.
Harbor.
Nonetheless.
Let me read this other one. Rosemary Peerless Ellert says, depends on if you read them straight from the Bible or some children version that some person has got all wrong. Why don't you go to church anymore? And then 3 question marks.
Is that his mom?
It
Damn,
sort of
dude.
feels like.
James getting roasted in this one.
James, no.
Why don't you go to church anymore? Sounds like this person knows us personally. Like,
How do
just
you
take
know?
all your faith questions to Quora now.
Go talk to your pastor.
You've lost the light. Only the Lamb can guide you.
How long actually has it been since your last confession?
Ooh.
Ooh,
Got
around the
got by
table.
Cora.
Around the table.
I've never confessed.
All right, so he's
I'm
going to
full
hell.
of sin.
Going to hell.
Right to hell.
I feel like probably not since high school. Probably I've kept
Yeah.
the rest of my, and I've like been to mass a few times since then. But the confessing is like you got to like make an appointment.
Do you really?
Well, they have like separate days for it. They're not just running the confession booth mid mass
Just
every day.
Sitting in the little box eating Lomaine.
Yeah, being the priest would be exhausting. You have to run back and forth from the box while leading a lecture, essentially.
Yeah, wasn't raised Catholic. I was Protestant.
Really? And so you'd just confess like casually?
Directly
stuff?
to the Lord. I got it. Me and
Oh.
JC, one-on-one
That doesn't
relationship.
count. That doesn't count.
How does that feel?
You gotta dial one. Talk
You have to
to
go
the,
through some guy.
Yeah. Well, no, he's got the hookup though. He's got the good. Like I don't need to talk directly to the dealer of my soul.
Right.
I can just talk to the hookup.
All right.
And then I'm not playing GameCube with God all afternoon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what if you make the CEO mad? You don't know.
Hey, he's cool.
It's dangerous.
His friend told me he's cool. Well, sometimes he lies and exaggerates like he's more upset. I don't know. So they asked you to do too many prayers at those. That's my review. Alex's review of confession. Too many prayers.
Too many prayers.
Knock it off.
Especially the same ones over
That's
and over
enough.
again. Come
I'm
on.
not 20 Hail Marys.
Shut the
That's
fuck
a
up.
goddamn afternoon.
Get out of here.
I've always wondered what that meant. Do you have to say one prayer 20 times when
Yeah.
they say that? I don't know. I
Not
genuinely
don't
don't know.
do like a Goku 20 times Hail Mary.
I
where you
all I
glow
know-
red.
Everything I know about confession is from movies.
Yeah, you don't kill anyone after usually.
Yeah,
You're
unless
a
you're Harvey
daredevil.
Keitel.
if there's a confession in a movie, somebody's about to get shot. Usually, those are rare. They're rarely like passively in a film. It's always to
Sure.
contrast a horrible murder. That's
I
about to
only watch the Boondock Saints.
happen. Yeah, I am also thinking of Boondock Saints. Another
I was thinking
episode.
of that bad lieutenant.
Oh,
There you go.
yep. Yeah, he's another great guy.
Lovely person.
Waffles
Harvey
has
Keitel.
ensnared himself in the mixer's cord here. All right.
Boxes are for cats as far as I'm concerned.
This feels very safe for the show. Okay. Don't pull it out. Oh, I'll be pissed at you. Okay, well, that's enough of that. I think it's time we move into our suite of wonderful questions here today. We have questions covering the gamut from hither to yon.
Oh, yeah. We got a lot of ones that'll make you yawn.
That's right.
No. You have questions that'll make people excited to listen.
Well, if they're listening before they go to bed, they can still yawn.
They're going to
still be good.
hithering with excitement.
Hithering is like dithering, but a little more breathy.
I was thinking like quivering.
Yeah. Here
Oh.
they come.
More questions.
What's our first segment we're doing?
Quora Romance.
Core romance. Here we go with that. Welcome to Quora Romance. It's the segment where we answer your romantic questions and they're on Quora. And you like that?
I love that.
That good for you?
It makes them randy.
Yeah, do it. Does that make you horny, baby?
Just very clinically. Does that make you horny?
Now, does that make you horny, baby?
As like a doctor.
All right, first question. Does that make you horny?
They hit you with a mallet a little bit. Oh, you're bad? You're very naughty and you're bad. Okay. I think there's just one of these today. Is that correct?
Yes. This question is, I want my boyfriend to wear high heels permanently. How can I achieve this? Have we read this one before?
I'm
No.
sorry.
We've just had it in the
Permanently?
doc for a while. This is about making your boyfriend wear high heels permanently.
You shouldn't do this.
That's
not
what
the question is.
It's good we're getting this out of the way. The question is actually, how do you make him wear high heels permanently?
If the question was, should I, then we could answer that. But unfortunately, that's uninvolved.
All right, well, if you wanted to make him
Hold on, I'm
against
gonna
his
push this
consent,
again.
I'll do.
What happened? Did Waffles knock out a thing?
Here's what I'm going to do. Okay, yeah, anyway, so this
It was
fucker,
stressing you
he's
out.
got normal shoes on,
And that's unacceptable.
and that is not what we're doing. So this is, I guess, like if you got a little shorty, you got a little short stuff in your pocket, you want to make them tall as a T-Rex, put those high heels on.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to sew them, or somehow like graph it to skin if it's permanent.
Sure.
No, because you just never take off high heels.
So is this the idea
He's
that the
not
person's
allowed to
sleeping
take
in
them
them,
off.
you think?
Yes,
Yeah.
permanently.
Permanently
Permanently,
wearing them.
like this is a human centipede for high heel situation. You're saying?
So yeah, sewing is probably the way to go.
I think, or cauterization. I'd say,
Sure.
because leather heels.
Okay, so
Should
you need a Shiroishi to then take him underground in Manchuria and have his way feet-wise.
This is a
with your
Takashi
boyfriend.
Miike movie.
Yeah. You need a very dark, sinister figure who's put morals behind the science he's pursuing and just leave him alone with your boo.
You don't think you can psychologically convince the boyfriend? You don't
To
think you
never take them off.
can to never take them off?
Well, okay, so Bryn is
No.
originally addressing this like, if he takes them off, he dies. Which
Sure, like it's
let's-
the red necklace around the woman's neck or whatever.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
pretty much like it's the red
Like the
necklace. around the
fable.
woman's-
You know what I'm talking about?
The
Is that
red
a-
I
scarf.
don't.
Yeah,
actually.
okay.
Yeah. Her head falls off.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
jeez.
cautionary tale.
To never touch a woman.
Yeah.
But their head will fall off.
Well,
Well,
without consent.
and
Her head will
Alex.
just come off.
20 Hail Marys.
I feel like I didn't do anything wrong today.
And our fathers.
Which is also a long one in addition. But excuse me. I think if we read this as generously as possible, right? Okay, so we
That's what we
assume,
do.
and that's what we do here. We want to take people's quoras very seriously. You just mean every time you go out, he's wearing these things.
Me or I don't know. That's the question.
All right, yeah, okay. So
How do you convince him to wear high heels all the time?
just whenever he would be wearing shoes, he's wearing heels.
Here's
Sure.
what you do. This is like how you reinforce a dog. You bring him up big time. He's wearing the heels. Ooh, look at this spiky drink of water.
Yes, I was saying you got to play him Prince only.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because Prince was wearing high heels every day.
That's
Is
the
that-
sound that Prince makes.
I feel like this is a recurring
if it is.
theme on the podcast is that you
No, I was thinking Michael Jackson.
Prince is shorter,
Yeah.
And he's got to wear high heels.
not a pedophile.
Yes.
Both dead.
Well, I know the difference
Both
between them.
dead.
I just was thinking of the wrong song.
He does scream a lot.
He makes all kinds of sounds. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's a
it's
big
like not
sound
that far
guy.
off. But anyway, so you gas him up every time you see him with these things. Like, is Michael Jordan here? Whoa. stunning masculinity coming from this side of the room all of a sudden. And then every time he's not wearing them, you really turn on the bully button. Just be like,
Sure.
You look like a slob.
garbage.
What are you, short motherfucker?
What's up with your calves?
I never want to fuck a guy wearing Tim's.
Why are you walking so easily?
You have no ass. I think like that if you were gonna target one area of the body, like Fallout, you just like target ass over and over again. Be like, no pop. You're not popping today, Brian.
The VAT system.
And then he
negging your boyfriend
begins to notice you wear the high heels. Things really change your day. A lot more positive of a day happening, and that would be how I would do it, I think.
I feel like you've noticed that all the answers on Quora, the suggestion is always to treat people like you would train a dog.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there are questions of human manipulation.
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
Which is a great way to do it.
The thing is,
treat people like dogs.
Yeah, I
like
got a little
not
bell.
but dogs. What is the general aspect of man if not his canine forebear?
I don't know if that makes sense, but I do like it.
Well, do you like it?
Yeah.
No, why does it matter? It's just as good.
Let's read what these people have to say.
Yeah, let's see what
Ducati
these
Rider
idiots say.
says, I have the chance that my GF and I we are addicted to heels. And for us, a dream was coming true.
You gotta steal this guy. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, just find a guy who
He's
already
addicted.
likes it.
Yeah.
You have to foster an addiction.
Make him watch Kinky Boots over and over again.
So,
That's what that show is about, right?
He agrees with you.
Every time they eat, you play Kinky Boots.
He says, we even sleep sometimes, both in heels. She was convincing me to do it because she even slept in heels before I knew her. I thought that this was only a man's
Can I just chime in and
dream.
say, super weird.
It's all
Insane.
extremely odd.
From what I understand, these heels, they hurt your feet. Do you find that to be true?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to wear them all day.
I don't like wearing shoes most of the time if I can avoid it. So heels, like a higher level difficulty shoe. Would
Alex's
be a no-go.
feet are exposed at the moment. He's
That's
showing
right,
feet.
baby.
Yeah.
I'm
Is that on
posting
camera?
feet. It's not on camera. I actually double checked that.
Because that would be double the views. That would be big views for
You
us.
Double
definitely
the
don't want to
views.
show feet on
Wiki
camera.
feet.
Oh no!
I have to say-
TikTok being nice.
I don't know where that came from. All of a sudden,
Feet.
everyone was obsessed with feet,
I don't quite get it either.
and I find it disgusting.
It's
I'm
about
with you.
the allure of the hidden.
Yeah,
What cannot be seen.
because tits are boring.
Well, because I think the thing about tits is that like you used to not be able to see them so easy,
Sure.
and so now you can see tits all the time. Pretty hard to go see feet.
I guess.
Yeah, because no one cares.
Yeah, they also kind of suck.
I think that's what it is.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think you're like, oh, they're bad, they're disgusting. I think that's what they like about it, probably.
Well, I don't
Oh,
think they're
okay.
disgusting. I'm just like that's like a hand. I see those all the time.
Kind of a worse hand, though.
Yeah, it doesn't have the appendage.
Definitely a worse.
Doesn't
hand.
have this old buddy.
Stupider,
This old
nastier
buddy.
hand.
What if I gouged your eye out with my thumb right now, just to prove a point for
Alex,
our
that's
podcast?
a
I
little
blinded
violent.
you. I haven't been read my Bible stories. I don't know right from wrong. Every moment is a content opportunity to me.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh yeah,
this
so
guy's-
continue this because this is insane.
Because she even slept in heels before I knew her. I thought that this only a man's dream, but it exists. Thanks God I found her.
Thanks God,
I found her.
I found her. There she is.
He
She
thought it
wears
was only a
heels.
man's dream. He
I-
dreamt of a woman who slept in heels.
Why?
Incredibly uncomfortable.
I
can't even sleep in socks.
Yeah, no, I don't know why. I love that there was somebody immediately yes-anding this because I thought for sure this would be a thread of naysayers.
No. Everyone is on board. The first comment
Everyone's
is,
on board.
That's beautiful. I always encourage this with my husband since the beginning. I've known him since junior high 1990. We are both 44 years old. We both wear the same size heels, and there's like several heel emojis.
Sorry, what?
Heel
How is
emojis.
that possible?
I feel like that'd be tough to do with somebody you started dating when you were 13 too, when it's like 10 years past and you're like, you gotta wear heels all the time. Forget about high school.
Maybe shower in
Adulthood
heels.
is heels.
It's very dangerous.
Ooh, slippery.
Yeah,
You're gonna
genuinely.
slip and fall.
It's a real problem for
That's
people.
you
Are
know
they
that
never going hiking? No running.
there's a
They're
lot
really
of
good at
activities
it.
you can't do with it. Although if you can run in
Biking?
heels, you're
Yeah.
probably extremely agile.
I've
Sure.
biked in heels. It's
Yeah.
Sounds
Pain
hard.
in
Do you
the
feel like a
ass.
goddamn ninja at the end?
No, it just hurts.
Yeah. Well, there's statistics where like 60% of people die in the bathroom or whatever, like an abnormally high number of people.
60%?
Is
Yeah,
that
well,
true?
you get old and you slip in the bathroom somewhere and you can't get up.
That's so surprising because I would have assumed it would be hospital.
Anyway, wouldn't it be funny if it was because old people were all wearing heels?
They gotta look hot.
There you go.
Yeah, they're trying to get their groove back, and it's the end of them.
There's not much else you can do.
There's not much else you could do. And as we have discussed ad nauseum about this podcast, your retirement is a fuck fest.
Oh, yeah.
It's cum covered and cum drizzled, and you're drizzled in cum.
If you get to go to the fancy
Sure.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
age, yeah,
And it's because they're all fucking there.
right.
Everyone
Because
knows.
they're all the bourgeoisie.
That's right. They're without morals.
They're just
They have
sucking
no
and,
Bible stories.
they're sucking and fucking in their rich people conclaves.
Yeah.
Is it wrong to suck and fuck my way through the nursing home?
That's why you got to save up now, because it's all for when you're an old person, your spouse dies, and you can suck and fuck in the nursing home.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. Save your energy. Save your strength.
It's really a monkey's paw type of wish fulfillment.
Yeah.
Because you get to fuck forever.
Right.
But then everyone is ancient and dying.
Right.
Right.
But I think you got to lean in. You got to lean into that.
You're excited about
Yeah,
it.
That's going
learn
to be
to
part
like
of it. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I wouldn't like it now, but if I was 80 or something, I'd be like, yeah, it looks just like me, a nasty old toad.
When do you think old people's hair is going to start changing? I feel like old women's
In
hair
what
is
way?
still like they're still perms and short, like they're from the 50s. But at some point, they're going to start just being regular.
We're gonna do the
natural hair, right?
Rihanna side
Side shave.
side shave. Yeah. Lots of Macklemore haircuts.
On old men.
Yeah.
They just like still have the
Yeah.
Nazi youth haircut.
Go out of here and suck my cock. This is by the way, this is a real like comedy shortcut for me. Is old guy saying
Sex
Gen
stuff.
Z slang?
Sure.
Not even sex stuff, just like she gets me every time.
You're low key slobbing on me.
He just like me for real.
High heels are low key goaded.
That's
when
an old
walking
guy.
around is the vibe.
An old guy like voting for Joe Biden, being like he just like me for real. It was very funny to me.
He just might be for
He
real.
just like me for real.
Yeah, it's real lazy.
For real, Joe Biden low key slaps.
Well, that's enough romance for one day.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
mean-
time we put this
Both
doggy
of the
to bed.
romance questions were about high heels.
There's just no. That was
This is
just
the only
one
one we
question.
had.
We have one romance. We have a lot of other stuff today. There's a lot of medical
There's
questions.
a lot of comments on this, by the way.
but they're all positive.
All of them are just like, that's so beautiful that
Step
you
on
found
my neck.
somebody
Yeah.
who loves you the same way you love them.
I'm
or
glad
whatever.
these people are finding each other because I would think like if I had like the high heels mind virus, I would be like I'm gonna die alone. There's no way. I could find like somebody I meet in a normal situation and be like, by the way, what if you fucking had shoes stapled to your foot?
There are a lot of advice questions to this, that answers to this that are just like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, find locking heels. And it's just like, this is just like advice for someone to, I don't know, trick their partner.
See, they thought that it was gonna be forever.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. I think you're right.
Shiroishi.
I mean, you're totally right because the first guy sleeps in them. So,
People are crazy.
all right, what do you want to switch segments here?
Yeah,
You want to go to the Quoker?
Yeah, let's do the Quoker. Hold on.
This is our incel and manosphere
Really?
These are all of the questions that
segment.
you need to know as an incel alone.
This
in
is our
world.
biggest category on Quora.
I think
Most
since we've
popular?
added more, well, we've been using it as like kind of a. I'm sorry, the Naruto theme is long. We've been using it as a catch-all for all the weird questions, but now we've been adding more segments. I think we've been dispersing it a little
Sure.
bit. But we have some top-notch incel stuff today,
We
so
love
I've
incels.
been meaning to get around to it.
Shouts out to the incel community.
Shout out, you're
They love
lonely.
us.
You're lonely, and you deserve it.
Hey, we could be your friend.
You could be normal.
We're your only friend, and we'll never suck you off.
Don't talk to us.
Don't talk
But
to me.
we're your friends.
Okay, so what is this one?
Alex won't suck you off.
I will never suck you off.
Are you being James Gum?
I'm the devil.
You sound like you're like anonymous on a documentary.
I will never suck off an incel. That I don't want anyone to know who I am.
Right, but it's clearly Colin Powell.
I only get with studs.
This question is, I'm 28 years old and I have failed in life. I just managed to admit it now. How do I deal with it?
Damn, you just admit it now, huh?
Loser.
After 28 years, pack it up, bro. So the natural instinct is going to be telling this person it's okay. You have so much life left.
Right.
Right, he's young. He doesn't
Turn
have
it
any.
around.
He's not even 30 yet.
There's no reason to be so down. I mean, even if you really botched it doing something, I guess, unless you like are going, like if you're going to jail for life or something,
Sure.
then you could be like, well, I screwed the poochie. I guess that would be okay. That
I
would be
killed 10
understandable.
people.
Yeah, I shouldn't have murdered my whole family.
After doing that confession.
Yeah, imagine going on a killing spree and then going to like a motel and then just being like,
Killing spree.
Really slow on that one. Sorry.
going on a killing spree, running to a cheap motel in like some outskirts of Tennessee, and then just getting on Quora and being like, what do I do?
I fucked up. I never should have been the Dark Knight of Boston. Confessing my crimes only to commit them once more with my brother. And our dad? I don't remember the movie that well.
Wait, are you talking about the Boston Bombers?
Boondock
No,
Saints.
he's doing
Boondock Saints.
Which I believe I watched for your show one time.
We did. We watched it on Discord, and it was so bad.
It's a bad movie.
It's like me, for real. The thing is, you
Boondock
watch
Saints.
the Boondock Saints in Boston, you're like, there's something about these roads that drives me to follow their path.
I also want to drop a toilet on a guy.
I want to just say some slurs unrelated to the plot.
I do not remember this movie at all.
Well, it happens. Anyway, so...
There was a firefight.
There was a firefight! Okay, so the 28-year-old, and he's fucking fucked up.
Sure, yeah.
If the question is, what do I do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to be like, I've
Start
decided.
a new life!
I've decided on the criteria,
Yeah.
and I fucked up.
Yeah. I guarantee you this is a finance guy before we read any more of it. A,
Ooh.
from the fact it's on the internet, and B, just finance guys are always holding their heads and going, no, no!
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's the FTX guy,
Oh, yeah.
Sam Bell or whatever.
Sam
Yeah.
Bankman-Fried.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Right. How old is he?
Or
Is he
Fried.
28?
Probably
He's in a polycule. I know that.
Is he?
Yeah.
with that
Doesn't
ugly
answer
girl.
what I-
Well, she's beautiful in her own. She wears high heels all the time. Yeah, this could be him. I wouldn't be surprised if he was 28. I think he's like 31 or something.
Let's look it up.
But anyway, these people are gonna rip you a new one on Quora, though. They're not gonna let you talk down to yourself
He
like
is
that.
30 years old.
Swish.
Oh, he's a goofy looking guy. I did
Wait,
not
there's
know he looks like
pictures?
this. Yeah.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
No.
He's
Sam
off Quora
Bankman-Fried.
now. Jeremy cheats on this show. He goes on Google and Wikipedia.
Sorry.
That is
sorry.
not what we do here.
Just Quora.
Just we
right.
are finding answers in life.
See, I think you should be able to search Quora and say, what does Sam Bankman-Fried look like, and find the answer.
You know what? Let's see.
Just to see if it works, we're gonna do that right now, and then we will read answers to this question. Just type Sam Bankman-Fried.
Okay.
You don't need to do.
You're gonna get a lot of like, what did he do or whatever.
Let's see.
What did he do? A lot of nothing, as far as I can tell.
I do love that his name is Bankman, and he's
Bankman
committed
Fried.
financial.
I know.
crime.
It's the most fucking Hideo Kojima name ever.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like a Mega Man boss.
Yeah, he is.
Fraud man.
What is his weapon that he gives you?
It's scissors. It's just he stole somebody else's idea. He's not very creative.
The questions are: is Sam Bankman-Fried a psychopath? Why hasn't Sam Bankman-Fried been arrested? Is it because he has powerful Democrats protecting him?
That's
Yes.
it.
That's the big
For
reason.
sure.
Is
Is he not in jail?
he is in trouble, right? I don't know.
He's definitely in trouble.
I say like a child.
I see everyone looking at me
He
to
is in
answer this question,
timeout.
and I simply will not do it.
Is Sam Bankman-Fried just another good Democrat? What does that even mean?
We haven't really tapped into this on Quora, but I saw this through some of the submissions, like a huge right-wing section of the website. that
Really?
gets just like, there's a very popular community just called It's Okay to Be White, which is like just like
Whoa.
4chan 2013 in there.
Weird.
Why do people get mad at you when you think white is a superior race?
That's like because you have to qualify everything. So you're just like, when when certain races commit all the crime, why am I crazy for pointing that out? And then like it'll have hundreds of like tons of
Why are mass
interactions.
shooters based?
Yeah, I saw for the 5 seconds I was on there, I saw somebody talking about how like Dylan Roof was not associated with the It's Okay to Be White program, and it's like, you guys are just a forum. You don't have a group. What are you talking about?
Dylan Roof is like, I love Quora.
I am not good at the internet. Let me just make one thing clear.
I like Burger King and I love Quora.
I love 3 things, and that's murder, burger, Quora. Okay.
All these questions all these answers are just people being like, nice to this guy. I felt like a failure at 28. My education was derailed by health problems. I couldn't hold down a job because my health caused me to miss a lot of work.
Disappointing.
I was
Sad.
homeless for a short time. Having a blah, 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 blah. 2 years ago, I was unemployed for... Everyone's just kind of like, well, I was sadder once.
Yeah.
You think your wife was bad. I don't know anything about it, but one time I lost my job.
I think the real question is like, will you cheer me up? And they are answering that question of like, come on,
A
buddy.
resounding
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
You'll be 29 soon.
Yeah.
Just keep drinking and fucking.
Yeah. Just don't stop drinking. One rule. Keep drinking. If it
drinking.
hurts, keep going.
Yeah, keep drinking for sure. Also, maybe start gambling.
You have time.
Buy a gun. Time to double down.
You live in America.
You need a wide-brimmed hat.
Yeah. As a 29-year-old, I want to say to this person,
Is
your
that
life
a
can only
photo
get
of a guy
worse.
crying?
There's a lot of weird photos. This one?
Yeah.
It's like he's laying on the ground.
Okay. He's kind of like doing an upside-down
This one's got a bunch
shape.
of memes that someone put in. This one says, your mind is very powerful. You can achieve your greatest dream, or you can put yourself in mental prison. And there's a guy in a jail cell in a guy's head.
Oh, and right now, the person asking the question is kind of in a mental prison in a way, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So that's been very enlightening in its own way.
Yeah. All right. Fuck this question.
Yeah, fuck this question. That question sucks. But this next one's going to knock your socks.
Okay. What person destroyed their entire life by making one simple mistake?
What person destroyed their entire life by making one simple mistake?
Hitler.
I was going to say that.
You
He
can't
did.
say it. Bryn said it. And she's the guest.
I was going to say that because he did the Holocaust, which was
Right.
a huge
His one
mistake.
mistake.
You should not have done that.
I thought maybe you'd say opening the Eastern Front or something. Something that he would think is a mistake.
Invading
Yeah.
Poland, I think, was the big one.
Just all the war. If I were Hitler, I would not have done all that war.
Sure, yeah.
Much less.
There's got to be a second person. Although the answer to the question, what person, is kind of just like,
Which
Hitler.
one person? What does it ruin his life?
Destroyed their entire life by making one simple mistake.
their
Simple
entire
mistake.
Yeah,
life.
this sounds like the beginning of like a commercial for something.
I was about to say this does sound like an ad.
Yeah, now I can only think of movies like Punch Drunk Love. He's
Sure.
like, shouldn't have bought all that yogurt or whatever.
Yeah, but he ends up in love at the end. It's a
Yeah.
happy story about a normal guy.
You
That's
shouldn't
true.
have put all that money on those uncut gems. That was
There
one
you
simple
go.
mistake. What kind of person? And the answer is a real sicko.
I can really only think of like famous stories.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the Donner Party should
Sure.
have left a little earlier.
Yeah.
What about when Judas betrayed the Lord?
Oh yeah, that's
He destroyed
a big
his
one.
life with one
50
simple
pieces
mistake.
of silver
50 pieces. Yeah, a lot of good those will buy you.
in hell.
Buddy. In the fires of Gethsemane.
No, that's a garden.
Damn it. I swear I went to school for 9 years.
Bible
Where they
school?
they just read me this stuff over and over again. And I was like, I'm getting some of these words and I'm stapling them to other ones.
I went to Hebrew school, but we didn't learn anything at Hebrew school. My big memory of Hebrew school is that one of our teachers, when I was in 3rd grade, revealed that she had never had sex, and we all just like bullied her about it.
In 3rd grade?
Yeah.
You knew to bully an adult about that in 3rd grade?
I didn't.
That's
but one of the other
advanced
kids
bullying.
Did. I remember one of the other kids being like, "What's sex life like?" And the teacher being like, "I couldn't tell you," and then him being like, "What?"
That's bullying beyond your years. That child deserves an award. should be groomed by the government.
But also, she was probably lying.
She was probably, that was my first thought. I was like, I'm not telling these kids.
I don't think she was lying because
She wouldn't be like,
her
it's
full-time,
great. Or
She wouldn't lie to me.
her full-time job was working at a Hebrew school with her mom. And at the parent-teacher conference, she asked my parents if they knew any single men.
Oh my God. I can't find a single man to wear high heels all the time. My mother insists. Oh yeah,
That's really rough.
I assumed she was lying until you told me that further information, and that is really
I think
sad.
if you're like an incel teacher, you're saying it to the kids almost at any opportunity.
Yeah.
You're like, and by the way, no one wants to fuck me.
If any of your parents are single, I'm very lonely.
I feel like incel women,
Incel women.
a woman made it incel up.
Is that true?
Yeah. She was like a lady in college, and she was like, yeah, I'm involuntarily celibate because of
Interesting.
all of these reasons.
Pretty good, right? That one's not for any specific occasion, but it's also for every occasion.
Yeah.
There are definitely incel women.
But I think you're just being picky, really.
There are different communities for incel women because the incel ones are kind of like toxic masculine spaces that would got a bunch of dudes on the shit pile there first. But also, the idea that it was made by a woman also does sound like something an incel would make up. Not only will they not have sex with me, they made up this whole concept I'm stuck in now.
That's probably true.
It's like the international Jew for hating women. You know
Whoa.
what I mean? And I'm not
that's
saying
me.
that. Yeah. Which is Jeremy.
International Jew of Mystery.
Let's put a real James Bond
Do
on.
I make you horny?
Yes or no?
Shaken, not stirred. I'll send it back. I would never send back a martini. That's something about me. I'm easy to please.
This will be a big TikTok clip.
God damn it.
Jewish.
Clean up my
James
act on
Bond.
here.
It's too blue over here.
I could not pop off because
Jewish Bond.
will be used against me with the next generation.
I think I'm
Jewish
gonna get.
Bond.
We were originally Bondowitz, but they changed it at Ellis Island.
I just found out about Jewish names Like,
what does that
In
mean?
what way?
like 3 years ago.
What does that mean?
I didn't know Jewish people had like specific types of names.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure,
Like
yeah.
Berg
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
like Rosen.
Gold.
Gold. Didn't know that.
Bond.
Is Bond one?
Any type of money. I'm playing this straight for you, but I can tell you're not.
I know someone from California who told me that they didn't like. I was saying something about like how Jews like look like or whatever, and he's like, I didn't even know Jews look a certain way. And he's
Yeah.
like, can you show me examples? And I sent him like a bunch of photos of people I grew up with.
I actually have a whole bunch ready for you.
I sent him all these pictures of people I grew up with, and he was like, "These are just like people with dark hair and glasses." I was like, "Yeah, that's what it is. That's you solved
This
it."
is- You found
I'm gonna be honest. I'm also from Los Angeles, and I grew up mostly. I think I knew like one other white person
Sure.
like growing up, and I don't think Jewish people and white people look different. Like they all look this. Like
No.
white people all look the
Sure,
same.
sure.
Well, there's like a whole swath of like Russians too, who are just, or like there are definitely German people who look exactly the same as like Jewish New York diaspora, where I'm just like, this
Yeah.
is the same thing.
It's
It's
just
amazing you found
European
them
people.
to get them or whatever.
I mean, you're making really small differences here. Mountain out of molehill.
Splitting hairs. That's the tragedy of these things. Yeah. What was the question?
What person destroyed their entire life?
And we
by
said
making
Hitler,
one
and
simple
then
mistake?
really went full
We
circle with
couldn't
it.
find a second person. Hitler was our one example.
Hitler, and then guys from movies.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of one any like famous person.
If you go to the comments, is it all just Hitler?
it's all Hitler.
How about Hugh Grant?
Okay. What was his simple
I feel like
mistake?
he was on top of the world.
He was
and then
on
he
top of
got
the world.
Caught having sex with a hooker.
Okay, yeah,
Is
that'll
that
do
true?
it.
That's all it takes?
Pee Wee Herman jerked off in
There
that
you
movie
go.
theater.
Ooh, simple mistake.
Yeah, which is like, that's nothing.
We've all
now.
done it.
Whom among us?
Honestly, that is true. I feel like if that happened now, people would be like, well, that's where you're
Whatever.
supposed to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
It's a porn movie.
So he
dude.
wasn't doing it to anyone without
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
consent. So you're kind of like kink shaming him.
It'd be weird to go in there and not do that.
We've all seen Taxi Driver. It's a normal thing to take your date on.
Right. Girls love it.
Yeah, that's the point of that scene.
Yeah.
Is that Robert De Niro's doing a normal thing.
Lots of couples go to movies like these.
We need a scene that shows this girl's weird.
She doesn't want to see a movie with him. It's so bizarre.
Something really normal, like go to the jack-off theater and she storms out.
Like a freak.
Like a freak. That's how you know she's not from New York.
Red flag.
She's a gentrifier.
They've ruined Times Square.
All right, what do we got?
A good friend of mine has an older brother, maybe mid-70s by now. Strong, healthy, do-it-yourself kind of guy. He was painting his house on a scaffold, but he couldn't quite get as high as he needed to be. He put a ladder on the scaffold, and in a split second,
Whoops.
he was down and paralyzed from the neck down for the rest of his life. He had the best 24-hour care he could get at home for the rest of his life. About 10 to 15 years, I believe. They were going to retire when this happened, but his wife kept working at the same place until he passed because he really needed her insurance. I can only imagine how horrible that must have been for him and his family. Just a very sad story.
What's the question?
Okay. That is actually a great answer to this, which is if you've ever fallen down from a height or something, you think like, why am I falling down right now? Why did I make this one simple mistake, therefore ruining my life?
That's true. That really did probably. But he was already 70.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you have a sour note ending, you didn't ruin the life.
You got a good 70 in there.
You got probably a fine 70.
You got to view life like it's four-dimensional. You know, you're still living those first 70 years, even though you're paralyzed now from doing a ladder scaffolding combo move you saw online. Everyone who's jumped off a bridge has said this, Quora.
Sure. Big mistake. I ruined my life by ending it.
So it's not just Hitler. It's also people who fall down.
Who I think we can all agree are the moral equivalent.
Yeah.
Similar types of people.
They make similar levels of mistakes.
I'm not going to read this whole thing because it's long, but just the first sentence. I invested in this crypto coin called SHIB in spring of 2021.
That's Shiba. That's the
Is that what
Shiba
it is?
Inu coin.
Sheeb? I bought 12.7 billion Sheeb.
Oh, no.
That's a lot of money.
I blew it all on Sheeb.
Well, he says it's for $800. Which
This guy is the one who then wrote the I'm 28 years old and I've ruined my life question. I went all in on Sheeb.
Wait, their life savings was $800?
Yeah.
Look, you can flip that in the crypto market.
Yeah.
You're
I don't know
savvy.
what's going on.
What are they, 18 years old?
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's deal is.
Get more money.
I lived off my, it was worth
Loser.
Get on that
200,000.
grind set, you son of a bitch.
You don't know how to grind.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to find good ones, and all of these are just like, one woman went for a walk, and then she was stabbed 4,000 times.
Okay, well, that was
That's
a
not really a
mistake.
mistake
Yeah.
per se.
That's just an attack.
Although
The
it is
Manson
funny-
girls,
yeah.
that's one. They made one mistake, the Manson girls.
Yeah.
Similar to the Hitler thing. Mistake committing a grievous crime, yeah.
Most of these are just crimes.
Not that simple either.
No. Yeah, that's true. It's not simple. You have to like stalk the family and go to their house and then spear their entrails on the walls.
There's a woman who was killed by Ted Bundy.
Also, not a mistake. That's just an act.
I guess you
a
could be
bad
like,
thing
oh, it was a
happens.
mistake
Yeah.
to get caught by Ted Bundy.
Well, they were saying like, oh, she made a mistake by like helping him with his car or something, but like that's not
It's
really.
not a mistake.
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah.
victim blaming.
Stop. That is not what we do here.
Curators.
Yeah.
Don't be victim blaming.
Yeah. When I hear victim blaming, I think,
You're Ace Attorney.
yeah, another great sting I've found.
Okay, here's
We
one.
blasted.
This
you
is
on
an
that one.
insane question.
All right.
Sorry, insane answer. This is my son Jeremy with his former girlfriend. She left him a year before his birthday on Valentine's Day, and there's a picture of the two of them. This is Jeremy after he killed another driver in an accident on his 26th
no.
birthday. And there's a photo of him.
Why are you
Why
putting this guy's face
Why
all
did you
over here?
Why did you do that?
Jeremy has done enough.
Okay, I'll say drinking and driving.
Drinking and
is pretty
driving
much
is-
a pretty.
that's a mistake.
That's
On the-
one simple mistake.
Yeah.
It's really easy to do. It's definitely a mistake.
It's an easy and fun mistake to do.
It's just wild to be like, this is my son Jeremy. He killed a man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You know what it is moms
Don't
just
show this online.
moms just want to be posting faces
I
of their
know.
son regardless. Yeah.
How
Whether they did a
mortified
good
would
or
you
bad
be?
look.
Look how big I made him.
He's
He's
huge.
in jail for life. Okay. That's kind of messed up that it was all pictures of you though.
Sure. That is weird that it was,
That's
it
kind
was
of
my mom.
sad and messed up.
It was my mom.
Especially because you didn't do that.
If you want me to take this out, you just let me know.
If you put a photo of me in the YouTube underneath it.
Yeah, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be you, buddy.
At 28.
All right. This is the one I wanted to get to.
Okay.
I see you looking to skip over.
No,
this.
no, I was not at all. How could I thoroughly fuck up my girlfriend's life?
See, this is directly to the point of
This is the incel
quoker.
world. Yeah. No, I was definitely not going to skip this one because I need to learn this now that I killed a man drunk driving because
Right.
my girlfriend broke up with me on Valentine's Day.
Right, and you got to get her back. I would say first thing you want to do is probably like drunk drive with her.
Make a simple mistake.
Sure.
Yeah,
Get her to
find
wear
one-
heels.
Introduce her to Ted Bundy, your good friend.
Or Dahmer.
Yeah, there you go.
See, the rest of these questions have kind of
He
like
made a simple mistake. He killed all those people.
he killed so many people. The rest of these have like a kind of floating, like, oh well, I messed up my life, or I'm sad kind of thing to it. Whereas this one's just like, I'm an incel. I'm asking incel
He has
questions.
a girlfriend though. This is my beef with incels. Is so many of them have lots of sex,
Right.
And you shouldn't be allowed to call yourself an incel anymore.
No,
Who's saying that?
There's people who are like, I'm an incel. I only have sex like a few times a year, and it's like, get
no,
out of
it's
here.
not.
Wrong.
No, wrong.
you can't have. You
wrong.
can't be.
Donald
fucking.
Trump wrong
No.
would be a great sting. Why didn't I think of that yesterday?
You're just a normal misogynist. Get in line.
Objection to them calling themselves incels.
I do.
So I was-
Can I can find it on here, right? The
Donald Trump wrong?
Yeah. would that
Yeah, if
work?
you can find it.
Wrong.
I mean, I don't want to do like a whole.
All right. Who cares? This is dumb.
Forget it. Yeah, so I've read this question, and all the answers are just
Okay.
like, keep dating her, pal.
Yeah. Just
There you
stay
go.
Stay in her
with
life, buddy.
There you go.
And it's kind of like an epic dunk. Because the thing is, if you're not writing an essay, the thing people like to do is tell you your question's stupid.
Oh, here's an insane answer. Oh, it's easy. Get infected with AIDS.
I made
Get
a movie
her
about
infected
this.
Wait, what's up?
I made a movie about that.
You made a movie about a girlfriend revenge by getting AIDS on purpose?
Yes.
Really? How'd it go?
It's a sad movie.
Oh, okay. It's not like a comedy?
It's a dark comedy.
Oh, yeah.
People were very mad at me.
Because
This is all an ad. This Quora. You wrote this 7 years ago. To advertise
I
your
see
movie.
everyone's mad. I made a funny movie about giving someone AIDS. I'm so bad. Well, that's a revenge. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. I mean, it's a good way to do it. If
Revenge.
you're
I mean-
gonna do it.
I
It's
mean,
a good way to do it.
yeah, I don't think you'd want to get HIV to give it to them, but you could give it to them some other way.
Oh, by like the CIA giving people HIV,
Sure.
like
Well,
injecting it into their arm.
In my movie, he tricks his friend who he secretly knows has HIV into fucking her.
Oh, like kids or something.
Yeah, like kids,
kind of like
yeah.
kids.
Interesting.
Did you make kids?
Yeah, I'm Larry Clark. Hello.
Very impressive. I've seen that movie so many times. I always thought it was so funny, and no one ever agrees with me.
You gotta stop watching that movie.
It's a movie about a bunch of kids giving each other AIDS. It's funny. They just won't stop doing bad things.
I had that reaction a little bit too. I was like, is this supposed to be a joke?
The thing about it that's funny is not like the story, it's the presentation. Like, Mothers Against Drunk Driving made a movie of all the bad things kids could do, and here they are, and they're like, look at them, they're listening to Beastie Boys and stealing a 40. They're getting wild on a Tuesday night. Go to sleep.
Everything else they do is fine.
Well, they killed that guy with a skateboard.
I forgot about that.
And also, that guy with no legs in that movie, that's a real guy, and I've seen him.
Really?
You've met him.
I have no legs, and he has no legs. That's a guy, he has no legs.
Cool.
All right.
New York City is its own story. Now, getting back to ruining
Sure.
a woman's life.
Hash Slangin' Slasha is a character in this Quora, and he says all these answers in quotes have been very unhelpful and gay, except for the AIDS one.
I'm sorry. It's just like you're in the right place. I don't know.
I like that this person's like edgy response. This person's name is a SpongeBob reference.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is the enemy. Play sweet. Pretend to care. Take pictures of her naked and post them on creeper sites. 4chan and Reddit especially.
See, I don't really see how revenge porn ruins your life unless you have a really stupid life.
Yeah. See, this is another good TikTok to get yelled at about all this.
I'm not saying it's okay to do. I'm not saying that.
Now that you know that's a possibility, don't you feel thoroughly unsafe for every moment on here?
Not really. I don't care.
It's haunting me.
I'm not going to check TikTok.
One thing that's cool about TikTok is that they don't understand any like irony or sarcasm at all. So they just take everything completely at face value.
And sometimes if there's nothing there, they'll like make up a thing that you said and
Of
then
course.
be mad about that.
But I'm used to that on Twitter.
That's true. The video form is just so much more direct.
But who is going to fire you for having like somebody put pictures of me on the internet that I didn't consent to?
Yeah, it's not. It would be very embarrassing.
I think-
it would
I
be
don't-
a mean thing to do.
I
Sure,
wonder if
I'd
it
be
happens
embarrassed.
now, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened at like office jobs at some point.
I've
like-
heard that it happens, but that's insane.
Yeah.
And you should be mad at the jobs too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. This person's response was, A, these other people are gay, and do revenge porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, revenge porn or AIDS.
It's either revenge porn or AIDS is the answer so far.
And those are pretty much all the
I
answers.
think that those are good answers.
I think there's a lot of other ways to ruin a woman's life. Like,
Yeah.
Frame them for murder.
well, no,
That's
just
a good
simple ways, like just be a freak and come to her house.
Sure.
And like
Oh, yeah.
threaten her dad.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's a ton of like just being an evil person.
But see, but
Like-
those could be one simple mistake that ruins your life.
Sure.
Sure, but that's not a part of the question.
Yeah, that's fine if it ruins both of you.
I mean, the other one was a double takedown by getting AIDS and giving
Yeah,
her
you
AIDS.
still
I mean,
die of
that's
AIDS
definitely
in that scenario.
Right.
That's
This
an
is like
ouchie.
really high stakes stuff. You could just like, go to her job and like be a weird sleazeball
Yeah,
and
sure,
be
sure,
like,
sure.
Could you brainwash her somehow? Could you brainwash her
Sure.
into joining ISIS or
a
something?
cult or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
You just convince her to join ISIS.
Yeah, just casually mention ISIS around.
You
You
could
would be
start-
so good at
you-
ISIS.
You could
Do you
start.
think I would?
You think you would?
I think
no, I'm
I'd
just
be.
saying,
I
like,
think
in
they could
general,
use a
you
guy
say
like
that.
me.
Alex, sure, yeah. Alex
I think
would be great.
I'm like really tall. Well, for like, I think tall for ISIS. Not like super tall, but like, you know, I'm
ISIS
eating
tall.
well.
I
yeah.
would love to have you be the host of the ISIS podcast, the official ISIS podcast.
Hey, welcome to ISIS. Today we're killing infidels again. That's what we do here, and we're really
the spring.
we got a lot of heads to cut off, and women have been lying to you.
So let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Inshallah, and also we're just taking over towns. We're doing one day at a time. Like, don't set unrealistic goals, but we're taking over towns and we're killing.
As
people
we
and
always
chopping their
say
heads
on the
off.
ISIS podcast, paint the map black.
Paint it black. Get the whole thing black. Get out there and just do it.
Expand the caliphate.
It's the one podcast where we ask, what is ISIS?
What is ISIS?
You could also get her addicted to fentanyl. And that would be really easy.
Yeah, that's very
Just
doable.
like start putting it in her cigarettes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If she's a cop, you can just leave it near her.
Yeah, she'll just smell it. Let me ask you one question about your girlfriend. Is she a cop?
If your girlfriend is the police officer who had sex with all the other police officers.
Yeah, your bitch got a badge. Your
What?
Bitch, your bitch got a badge.
Your bitch got a badge.
That's an important first date question.
I'll answer your question, but one question for you first. Are you an ISIS? Are you the host of This Is ISIS on YouTube?
The nicest ISIS podcast.
Hey, we're good guys. Oh well, that was a really good incel question. It was the most direct incel question we've had on the show.
Miracle on ISIS.
It still doesn't sound like an incel question to me. It sounds like just a misogynist, evil guy question.
You know what it
Yeah.
is? Misogynist and incel are interchangeable words in my head because
Sure.
of the community use, but they are not the same. They
No,
mean
there
different
could-
things.
There could feasibly be like a very kind, well-adjusted incel.
I think there are probably many even.
Yeah.
Or well-adjusted, maybe. I don't know if there's a ton
Judd
of those, but-
Apatow made a A whole movie.
A whole
about it.
movie
it's
about
like
that.
almost 3 hours long.
A whole
The
movie.
40-year-old virgin.
It's like
Yeah.
not very funny either. Have you seen it recently?
No.
It's not. It's not funny.
I don't
It really
remember-
is just the premise of the film.
But they really
hours.
waxed his chest.
They waxed it. I guess that's kind of funny.
He really was screaming.
There were some positive elements to the 40-year-old virgin. Judd, if you're listening, you were doing something new.
It would be funny to like write a very
It was
serious
a big
like
swing.
opinion article
Hey,
about how
made
he
your
invented incels through that movie, like New York Times column or whatever.
That would be interesting. And
Should do it.
You should do it. You're the media guy.
have
You should get into print. Print is booming right now. You gotta get in.
Yeah, everyone's jobs are really safe.
That's right.
How much time have we done right now?
We've done like an hour.
Okay, let's do one funny one and then we'll stop.
You wanna? Okay, which one do you want to do? Do you want to do this last incel one and close it out?
I kind of wanted to do. If I say it, we'll have done it.
Do you want me to
do-
scroll down
I
and you
wanted
say
to do
yes?
how much would it hurt to put salt in your eyes?
Where is that?
It's under.
Okay, this is from Zach Day,
Uh-huh.
and this is Quora MD.
Quora MD. That's the doctor one.
That's pretty good. If you're driving, we're very sorry.
No, we're not.
See,
Not me.
It's like an ambulance, but also that will also be our cop theme as well.
How much would it hurt to put salt in your eyes?
See, this is
lot.
my guess is medium. I actually don't think this would be so bad.
When I was a kid, I had you know those pixie sticks?
Uh-huh.
The like candies that they just have like powder in them.
Yeah, it's just sugar in
yeah.
a stick.
When I was a kid, I was eating one once and I couldn't get it out, so I went like this and I shook it over my eye and I poured it into my eye. So I've kind
Like
of done
a whole
this.
stick, like
A pixie
6
stick.
ounces
Yeah.
of stick right in there.
And I had
Because
to go
that's
to the
sugar. That's
nurse.
not salt. You had to go to
Yeah.
the nurse?
Yeah.
Well, that's a volume thing, though. Like,
Yeah.
if you, like, thoroughly salt your eye, I bet that will hurt that'll hurt till the moon. Okay.
Yeah, are we
It's gotta be
talking about
bad.
a single grain or just like
I think
full,
salting
like a,
it like a slug.
like a spoonful?
I'm
Or
assuming
from
this
the
means,
shaker.
like,
A whole spoonful.
I'm
It's so
assuming-
intense.
I like
Like-
that you did this
Yeah.
on camera.
Yeah.
I did. Oh, yeah. So when I was a child, I would look like this.
Shaking the pixie stick, just begging for it to come out.
Yeah, I couldn't figure it out, so I tried like fucking with it.
And it all in my eyes.
Now that
I-
doesn't feel very good.
I get hot sauce in my eyes all the time, and it hurts.
You're a big hot
Wait,
sauce
why?
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big hot sauce guy because I get it, and then I'm shaking the bottle, I'm shaking it around, I'm doing like cocktail moves in my house, throwing it over my shoulder.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Or I'll like be playing video games on the computer, and I'll touch it, and
Sure.
then I'll touch my eyes.
Classic.
Just quick. I clear my eyes for League of Legends. Oh no!
In between
the
every,
sauce. Yeah.
Yeah,
Every-
you need Sean from Hot Ones to be like, careful around your eyes.
Hey, don't touch
careful,
your eyes.
careful around your eyes.
Why are you touching hot sauce in between games anyway?
Well, because I got like
Wiping
a
it off on
taco.
pants.
I got a taco in one hand, and I got my game in the next.
I got my Mountain Dew and my Flaming Hot
I'm
Doritos.
cruising in there. Anyway, I thought for this one I would put salt in my eyes. What do you think about
Okay,
that?
yeah, let's do it.
All right, hold
no,
on.
no.
Read some of the answers. I got
don't
some
do it.
salt. It's right over there. I know where
You can't
it is.
do
Look
it.
at
This is
There's
a
just a
bad
little
idea.
bit of salt.
Are you
I
really
think
going to
this
put
is-
salt in your eye?
Yeah,
How
just a little
much?
bit.
I think this is a terrible idea.
No, I think it's a great idea, but I think before you do that, I think we have to set up the
Sure.
spectrum of how much something hurts.
Right.
What's a 10?
Okay, so we're not going by the faces.
Well, you can do the faces, but I just want to make sure
You
we
don't want
all
to look at my face, then match it to one of the faces on the poster and be like, "This hurts Alex 6."
All of the comments, by the way, say that would hurt very much and do damage to your eye.
I don't want to do damage to my eye.
I can't imagine it would do damage.
We can look this up on a real website if you want. But I know
No,
that defeats the purpose.
your
I will
urge to
say,
leave Quora is
One
wrong.
person says, "My boyfriend just put what is this? My boyfriend just me to put salt in my eye that would take my sty away. How true is it that he said it wouldn't burn?
Oh,
to
so
take
he's
it right away,
solving
instantly the
her sty with salt.
Yeah.
That
Now,
wasn't working.
As
No,
a
that doesn't
medical
work.
technician myself, I could not recommend that. But should I put salt in my eyes right now on camera?
Can you be blinded by salt?
See, that's the thing is I don't want to be blinded by salt.
That's
I
a
honestly didn't
beautiful
think it would
movie
be.
title, though.
You were
Blinded by salt.
Blinded by salt.
Blinded by salt.
Sounds
The
like
Diamond feature.
Sounds like The
Yep.
National song.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't.
I guess you talked me out of it. I gotta do more podcasts with teens, because then I'd already be salt deep in my eye right now.
Eye deep in salt.
I think it's gonna
Yeah,
hurt
what
a
you
lot.
said. What you said.
I think it would be very painful.
Well, I don't care about painful because if it goes away,
Yeah.
Sure.
that's fine.
Like, I don't think the jackass guys would shy away from putting salt in there.
yeah, but don't they all have like one testicle each?
Yeah, they've hurt themselves very badly. And it's kinda
Yeah, they all have
painful.
CTE basically.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna do it now. You talked me out of it.
It would have been a huge clip for us. Can you imagine we post the clip
Alex
where you put
salt in eye.
it gets like 200 views?
It definitely would not do any numbers at all.
No.
Yeah, that would be very disappointing.
Now, the one of Bryn saying to give people HIV on purpose, that's going to do numbers.
Listener at home, give people HIV involuntarily.
Hey!
I recommend it.
Do we want to ask a question or do you want to read one more?
I guess if we're not going to pour salt in my eye, we should just read another one. Just
Okay.
read one more. I don't want to go out on a sad
Let's
note. like
finish.
that.
Let's finish off the Quoker one. So we have one more Quoker.
Okay.
This was sent in by someone named Cody, and the question is: if someone put a gun to your head, how would you respond so it doesn't happen again?
Say it again.
If someone put a gun to
they
your head,
put the
Alex, please
Glock.
act it out.
They're holding it sideways like this.
How would you? How should you respond so it doesn't happen again?
So you're already assuming you're going to
Yes.
get out of it.
Yeah.
Or it already happened?
You're
Maybe?
definitely going to get out of it.
Yeah. Well, there's a way that you can respond so that it never happens again.
Oh, yeah, it's like a video game. It's like, sure, if you hit the wrong button, they shoot you in the head. But if you hit the right button, they never do it again.
Well, you could shoot them in the head, and that way they would never do it again.
Maybe you could say something, you could bully them. You could be like, did your mother give you that piece? I encourage anybody here getting robbed to try that, by the way.
Is that your dad's dick?
Or you just happy to gun me?
That might get you shot. They might shoot you.
I think the only answer that 100% gets them to not do is you pull out your gun in a gun fu move and gun them in the head.
Yeah,
Say,
gun kata
If
type
you
of
shoot
way.
me, I will give you AIDS.
What's one mistake that ruined a famous person's life?
Pulling that trigger.
Executing a guy Boondock Saints style.
Boondock Saint style.
Crossed.
Here's the one mistake you made, pal, and that's putting a gun to a Quora user.
All right, well, here's an answer. Gregor Haley says, I've actually had a gun put to my head before.
Thank you.
I calmly looked the guy in the eyes and realized that he really did not want to shoot. He looked scared shitless. I stood there and allowed his partner, probably the honcho of the team, to pull my wallet.
This didn't happen.
No, this did not. They didn't get much, just a few bucks. I just stared at the gunman.
Leave it to the honcho.
He got nervous and started shaking. I simply told him that he needs to calm down and stop shaking. After they got my wallet, they ran away. I
Why would
calmly
you say
followed.
that in that situation?
I calmly
Calm
followed.
down.
Hey, it's going to be okay. You're just trying to steal from me. I calmly followed, don't do this for your own safety, and watched them toss my wallet into the trash. I got my wallet and continued to follow at a good distance, of course. I watched
Why?
them go into an apartment. Then I called the cops. The cops went to the apartment and pulled these guys out. I identified them by their clothing and the gunman's eyes. The cop found the gun. Bad guys.
I
taken
know
off the
those
street.
eyes.
None of this happened.
No, not a
I know
second.
those
Impossible.
eyes.
Absolutely none of this happened.
I've been robbed before, and the cops are like, "Hey, fuck you."
Where was it? Well, you didn't follow them, did you?
If you do
So
the
you-
cop's job, they'll eventually.
I was about to
arrest
say,
you.
like, this guy just sounds like he was an off-duty detective.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's a cop.
Yeah, I called
He-
my friends the police.
He was probably
Yeah.
calm because he was strapped at the moment.
Yeah. And then we killed all those guys. Also, the rest of the behavior, too, of just like, I told him to calm down while he was robbing me is very bad, Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another answer from Dustin Covey. Hookah hey. Today is a good day to die. Like many of the respondents, I have had the experience of having a gun pointed at me. A drunk teenager at a bush party. which I don't know what that
That's
is.
a George Bush party?
It's capital B, so it might be a George Bush party. He fired. The bullet went past my head. About a tenth of a second later,
Lie.
he was tackled, and a very nice .22 rifle was broken over a tree stump. I never felt so
Hey,
goddamn
that's a
alive in
Bush
my
party
life.
for you. You come dressed as Gore or Bush. They were very big for a year or two.
Everyone wanted to be them for Halloween.
But you also bring a big gun.
Oh, yeah, you gotta.
An elephant gun. All the Teddy Roosevelts. You got to be careful.
Very high concept party. You can come as a Democrat or Republican. Republican.
Your
Jesus
I was
Christ.
trying to get there.
It was like hard to remember once I realized like I said it wrong.
I learned that fearing death is one of our great vulnerabilities. When the Chihuahua attacks the Doberman, it's fearless because it's not worried about its, quote, end.
That person's a fascist.
The guy hosting a George Bush party.
What are you talking about?
Anytime a guy starts comparing types of people to different dog breeds,
Yeah,
he's a Nazi.
absolutely. But I like that he thinks that he's a Chihuahua in this example, I guess.
Oh, I thought he was the Doberman, and
Oh.
the
No.
Chihuahua is pointing a gun at his
No,
head.
because the fear of death is something that
he's not afraid.
Yeah.
As a mental samurai, he has moved past the fear that
He
the
is
Chihuahua
the fearless
has-
Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Live your life like each day is your last, blah, 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 blah. The kid who shot me, this was 40 years ago. It was a Saturday night. The next day he drove tractor while I stacked bales on the hay wagon. I gave him the easy job. What? Wait, they're friends?
There he was. The next day, it was
Classic-
1964.
Classic Bush party.
I gave him the easy job because he was pretty damn hungover, upset about his gun getting broken, and he was my best friend after all. What?
You got an exciting life, and I wish I was you.
Maybe it was literally Dick Cheney.
And that man was Dick
He did
Cheney.
shoot his friend.
He did.
And then had him apologize.
Yeah, which is a Chihuahua move.
Big time.
That's a Bush party.
There's a lot of answers on this. I don't know. One guy says take a swing at the guy holding the gun.
These
and
are
then
all
call him
great
a coward
answers.
and yell, "Shoot me! Shoot me! Shoot me!"
I'm Gloria from The Sopranos. Just holding it to my head. Just like, kill me, please.
This is like the answer to guarantee you get shot. First start swinging, then yell, shoot me.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I guess they couldn't do it again after they've killed you.
I like how all of the answers are like, "This happened to me." Like all of the people who have had guns pointed to their
This
head are
happened
on
to me,
Quora.
and I did karate to get out of it. Do that. Okay, well, we learned a lot here today. And with no further ado, I think it's time for us to leave our questions.
Yes, yeah. Leave our mark on the Quora
Which we
community.
decided at the beginning of the podcast.
Sure, it was. What should I have for lunch?
Oh, that was what it was. Jeremy.
Incredible performance, Jeremy.
Aren't you a smart little cookie? Aren't you the David Blaine of remembering the Quora?
David Blaine.
What should I have for lunch? All right, I feel like we got to Quora it up a little bit.
What should I eat?
You have to say, I'm a Brooklyn hipster living in Park Slope. What should I eat for lunch?
Okay.
Okay, the Brooklyn hipster thing is probably going to get us a lot of like, how about you have your soy latte?
How about you eat avocado toast, you fucking...
Why don't you have the Joe Biden you love so much?
Why don't you eat Joe Biden's dick
Why don't you eat his dick?
for lunch?
Down at 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue,
Yeah,
your favorite place.
Go to the UN and jerk off Kim Jong-un.
This
You
is a-
communist.
This is a new thing that Republicans say. Okay. Yeah, make
They
sure you
do.
tag lots of people in it.
Tag
Yeah.
who? You can tag people?
Yeah, you can tag people.
Yeah, when you post the question, you tag topics and also professionals who may know.
Yeah. All right.
We may actually just get restaurant recommendations here, which would also be kind of funny.
Kind of interesting because then we can eat at them.
Yeah,
I
and
think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
they're
that's fine by me.
Brooklyn hipster food that we can eat.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds good to me. And with that ends another episode of Quarators. Bryn, we had so much fun on the show today. We want to thank you for coming on. Where can our listeners find you at home and abroad?
Thanks so much for having me. You can listen to my other show, Generation Lost with Jeremy Hammond. You can listen to my other show, BP Lettuce, with all the people who are on that show. And that's, you can listen to my band Say Inside, and that's all.
All of these great products can be yours with the internet. That's right. Be sure to check out the internet. And that's it for us at Quarators.
Yeah.
We
gotta come up with something.
It's so
It's
bad
been
every
so many
time.
episodes.
Every time we do this, I'm like, I gotta get a new job.